There are some great possibilities, and we cannot miss this window of opportunity. The first thing we have to do in the first month is reset the structure where you have 3 co-equal branches. We watched an administration that expanded the executive branch where they've had more than 500 new regulations just in the first 6 years. So rein that back in, Article 1, right, the REINS Act, bring that power back in the process. Repealing Obamacare, that's first on the agenda of where we go. Securing the border.
And you think that happens even before, that happens in the next how many days? Well,
we have to have a structure to repeal it because of the rules of the Senate, where they just let you stop everything over there in the 60 vote. So we have to do a budget for 2017. We'll start right off the bat on that. That gives you reconciliation, the ability to lower the deficit, which Obamacare continues to increase the deficit. So we could utilize it in there. Growth is the #1 thing that has to happen in this country. That's the underlying factor why the middle class is worth less today than they were 8 years ago. So tax reform, regulation, stopping the premium growth in Obamacare, and you'll see America continue to rise.
We had a guest on earlier in the 6 o'clock hour talking about, Trump has talked about a 15% corporate rate. Said ultimately actually in Washington, given certain moderate Republicans and others, the rate will probably be closer to 25%. And the market may not be baking that in. What do you think is really happening?
Well, what's going to happen is, you know, everybody can speculate what do you want to see about tax reform, but the core of what you're going to see is going to be simpler, it's going to be fair, the rates are going to be lower. And what that final rate is, let the debate happen. But if you look at our plan in a better way, we set out 3 rates in there. If you look at Donald Trump's plan, but we make policy in the world of politics as well. It has to pass both houses. The guarantee you'll have, it'll be a lower rate, it'll be simpler, it'll be fair, and it'll help grow the economy.
Right. You've been having lots of conversations with Donald Trump.
Yes.
Over the past couple of weeks. What do you guys talk about? Are you involved in any of the cabinet picks at this point? Does he ask you for advice?
He asked me opinion on certain people. I think his pick today with Dr. Tom Price for HHS is an excellent pick. He's been our budget chair. He's a doctor. He's on Ways and Means. He's one of our point people when it comes to repealing and replacing Obamacare. He's picking sharp people inside, and I give him credit. And so there's certain people he knows and doesn't know, and the recommendations of who I think could be good in administration. But at the end of the day,
what do you
his
make
decision.
Around the drama on Romney?
Well, I think it shows a lot about Donald Trump. I mean, for him to sit down, it's almost a little Lincoln-esque team of rivals, that he's willing to seriously look at Romney, despite what Romney said. But he wants to find the very best people that mesh with him as well. And I give Donald Trump a great deal amount of credit to be willing to go there and look at that. Maybe this person fits better than others, and maybe they weren't the most supportive. So he's not just rewarding people because they supported, he's looking at people that can best fit a team to put the country in the right place.
Right. Just a quick question on you mentioned the ethics issue before in a different way. We're talking off camera.
Yeah.
There are questions about the businesses that Donald Trump owns and the new role that he's going to have. How do you think Congress is going to think about that? And how should he think about that?
Well, first you want to look at, he's thinking about it because of his appointment. He just appointed his White House legal counsel, McGahn. I know this individual. No one would ever argue that this man doesn't have the highest ethics. He's been ahead of the FEC. He's been an attorney here that looks at all these issues. So he's taking it very serious. Have your legal counsel work at it, because the last thing a successful person running for office ever thinks about is how onerous government is to punish you if you've been successful. I think he will find out that there's a lot of things he can and cannot do. Let the legal counsel work that out, but that's not why Donald ran. Donald ran to change the country. He's not thinking about those things, but he will have a fine line to be able to protect himself.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.